YouTube, how we doing? I got my coffee, which by the way is not really coffee. I put this much coffee, like that much, and then this much milk. So this is pretty much coffee flavored milk. Like it literally just tastes like milk, to be honest with you. If I drink coffee, like I'm really caffeine sensitive. And so if I drink any caffeine, I'm like, I don't necessarily get hyper, but I get kind of like anxiety is the best way to say it. I've struggled with an anxiety problem since I was like around 18 years old. And coffee generally makes it worse. So if I drink a lot of coffee, by the way, for my last company, Built Space, I was drinking 3 cups of coffee or 2 cups of coffee every day. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but we're talking San Francisco drip coffee. Like that shit is so intense. And, but one thing I did when I closed the company is I stopped drinking coffee. And I think for almost 12 months, I went on a pure caffeine break, basically. And like magic, my anxiety just went down too. And now, 2 years later, like I have such a better handle on my anxiety in general. It's been this problem in my life for like over a decade, but in the last 2 years, it's gotten a lot better. And I've done so many things to kind of finally get in a good place with it. But anyways, I'm saying all this because coffee. If you got anxiety, some of you who are watching this video might have it. My first thing I would recommend doing is to completely drop caffeine, completely. And that seems hypocritical because I'm drinking caffeine right now, but honestly, again, it's this much coffee. Like, I'm pretty much just drinking it for the coffee flavor at this point. But yeah, I almost never drink caffeine or coffee. What is today's video about? Customers. We are at 600 customers now on Hey Clicky, which is beautiful, mind-blowing, crazy. You know, at some level, you can look at that number and be like, oh, it's just 600 people, like still a small company, still a small business, blah, blah, blah. But I think that's crazy to think about it that way, because in my eyes, this is a company, a product that started 12 weeks ago. And to be in 12 weeks time, we have a product, we have a team, we have 600 customers who actually use our product, by the way. A lot of the times, you know, companies will have a bunch of customers, but their customers don't even use their fucking products. So for example, a lot of apps are notorious for this, where they'll get you to pay for their app, but then you often will just forget about the subscription, or you'll pay for the app every month, but then you won't actually use the product. So many apps are notorious for this. And I wanted to make sure I focus not only on creating a good business and a good funnel, but also a good product. And so it's really cool right now that we have succeeded in building a really, I wouldn't say it's a great product right now, but on the road toward being a really, really, really great product. And the fact that our customers today not only pay for our product, but continue to pay for our product and continue to use our product every week, every day, that is kind of what's most exciting to me, like the actual usage, you know? Because I've seen tons of companies that make like $5 million a year, but then nobody fucking cares or uses their product, you know? Anyways, that's kind of like one thing I think about a lot. Like, I want to make sure that we are set up to be a really great business, but I also want to make sure that we are first and foremost set up to be a really great product. Because I think that is the most important thing. It actually really annoys me when people say that distribution is like the most important thing or something like that in 2026. You know, I couldn't disagree more. Like, for example, let's say that you have great distribution. You have like 1 billion followers or something crazy, and you're selling literal dog shit, like literal like doggy doo doo in a bag. Like, that's your product, dog shit. No one's gonna buy it. No one's gonna buy that stuff. All right, no one's gonna buy it. Maybe some crazy people buy it, right? Once, just for the fun of it, maybe, or just for the meme. But it doesn't matter how much distribution you have if the product itself is nonsense, or if the product itself is not interesting. You know, if I have 1 billion followers and I release a product, sure, maybe I get like an initial spike, but then like, will people keep paying for it? You know, well, probably not. Like, if the product is not, that's the thing that I love about products and about building stuff in general, is that audiences are very honest. Consumers and customers and the audience and the human population in general is very honest. where if they don't like something, they will not continue using it. And so, yeah, it doesn't matter. A lot of people have been saying that like a lot of the clicky stuff is working because like I have some level of following. It's like, sure, to an extent, maybe my kind of following helps. But if my product was was terrible, if it was like shitty, then like I don't think people pay for it. It doesn't matter. I'll give you another example. Let's say your favorite musician, a musician that you love with all your fucking heart, you love this musician, and this musician has like 30 million listeners, and this musician drops like a $20 online thing where you can listen to his album in this kind of like online setting, but the album is shit. No one's paying for that, bro. All right, no one's gonna pay for that. Like at best, what's gonna happen is the super fans pay once, but then they tell everybody else, hey yo, don't pay for this. Guys, they go to Reddit, hey guys, don't pay for this. It's actually really bad. And then nobody's gonna keep paying for the thing. And so even in that situation where you love the person that you're following and they put out a product, but that product is horrible, that means that it will not work. And that's awesome. To me, that's why I disagree that distribution is like the most important thing, because distribution is nothing without like a good product. And so I think with our product, things are getting better every single week. We are trying new things every week. And we're still trying to find the markets in which we can succeed and the channels in which we can get the most traffic to succeed, to get access to like, the markets in which we are working well in. Anyways, a lot of big words there. Were those big words? I don't know. But overall, I'm happy with the trajectory of the company so far, especially it being only 12 weeks. And I think our biggest problem now is actually just focus, actually now. It's so funny. Great founders are often, forget even founders, great builders, great people who create things are often known for their relentless focus, right? But what you often don't hear about them is how they also have extreme levels of curiosity, and they are open to exploring all the time. And so I think that like that's the thing about running a company. When do you turn on focus mode and when do you keep on explore mode? Or maybe they're not two different modes. Maybe there are two kind of ways of being that you have to always have on in your mind. And I think that's probably what I believe in more. Like, there's no such thing as like, okay, now it's time to focus, or like, now it's time to explore and try new things. It's kind of always both. You're kind of always hunting for what to focus on and like putting a lot of effort on that. But then your mind is also always wandering a little bit and open to thinking about where things could be with the product. And I think that's the exploration. And I think sometimes founders are known towards going towards the either extreme. If you go towards too much this extreme, then you tend to lose focus and you tend to kind of like do a lot of things, but then none of the things lead toward any sort of impact. And if you focus too much on this, like the actual, like just focusing on one thing, you risk, I think, just like stagnating, I think. And I think that like sometimes it becomes clear when you really, really got to focus. Like when something's working so hard where you're like, okay, cool. Like this is really working. And if we just hardcore focus on this, it'll keep working more. But then again, if that's all you do, then you'll never explore. And then things don't get better. Product doesn't get better. Execution got better, but maybe product didn't get better. You lose touch with your audience and what they really wanted. And maybe you miss the real golden nugget of what could have been. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but yeah, that's kind of how I think about it. So my mind is always in the middle. Like I'm always trying to have relentless focus on a very clear thing all the time. But at the same time, I'm always allowing my mind to kind of be like, okay, cool. Like this thing we're focusing on is wonderful and I really want to keep focusing on this, but this other angle also seems really cool. So let me put some portion of my brain cells on that. And so, yeah. Anyways, 600 customers, pretty crazy. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.